going up, the teacher I remember the best was when I was in the 5th form, 5B. I went up, transferred to be 5B, Shell B. Mr. Moylan, who taught us Latin, and he ruled like a rod of iron. You didn't dare be late, because he had this thing, that'll be a shilling, laddie. And he used, but thinking, I find it difficult to believe he'd charge a shilling in those days, but it rolls off the tongue quite well. I wonder if it was a penny or something, but all the money, and he had his chart up and he marked it off, and he got a lot of money by the end of the term if you did anything wrong and if you were late for his class. So in some ways he ruled by fear, but I learnt so much Latin with him. But every week he had a test, a Latin test, a written test, and according to the marks you moved place within the class. So I know the table that was just in front of him was 1, 2 and 3. In the year I made number 3 once, but then you went down again. It was usually the same 3 who were 1, 2 and 3.
It's interesting that Mr. Moylan wanted the best pupils in front of him.
Yes,
Nowadays we'd put the bad ones in front of us because we wouldn't trust them so much.
No, in fact number 20 was right at the back, as far as you could get. I think I got down to about number 18, but you could work your way up quite quickly again by getting good marks in the next week. And it's a jolly good way of, it's a good way of teaching, because you really do concentrate, I must say. So he was the one that I can remember probably best. He was also the careers master. He became the careers master. So I saw him again when I was 17, 18. But I wasn't taught by him again after the 5th form. When I went into the Shell doing Latin again, I think the teacher there was Mr. Craven, Teddy Craven, who I think became headmaster of Ashburnham later. Maybe not immediately after Mr. Brock,
next but one.
Now the secret with him was you could distract him to talk about his convoy work in the war. And the great thing was to get off the Latin and to tell us about when he had this terrible time in the North Atlantic with the convoys. And you could almost get a whole lesson out of talking convoys.